Today I'll talk about caritive construction in Kazym Khanty variety of Northern Khanty language, which belongs to Obric languages, which is a part of Uralic language family. The data for this research was mainly collected in the field trip, joint field trip by High School of Economics and Moscow State University in summer last summer, and some additional data was gathered online this year. So in Khanty, there are two different markers for corrective construction. One is a corrective affix clear, and the second one is postposition takli or takli. There's no significant difference between two versions of this postposition and some dialectal variants. As for whether those markers are related, it's unclear. I want to say that takli is tak and tli, but what is this for tak? It's I don't know. First, about the postposition. When the dependent of postposition is a personal pronoun, it should be marked with positive affixes, and but like in the first sentence, but if it's a noun phrase, you can use the positive affixes, and when the absentee, and absentee can be also marked by positive suffixes, both in the meaning of prototypical possessive relationships, like in the fourth sentence, and with discursive possessive marker second singular. For the postposition, the absentee can have its own dependence. For example, in sentence 5, Vasina Horna Knishkla Takla Maramse, the noun book, the postposition takla marks whole noun phrase picture book with pictures, but for the affix, it's not really clear if it can have dependence. Some speakers allow it and dependence, and some not. Like in sentence 6, some speakers allow use of covering yin kli. For another, only can say covering yin takla. But as I think that the problem can be that some people can interpret covering link hot water as a compound. So for them, it's not doesn't have a dependent. So I need to look into it further. Both affix and tactile can combine with common nouns. Affix can be used with proper nouns and personal pronouns. And as I already said, the position can be used with personal pronouns, but it needs to be marked with possessive markers. Also, the postposition can be used with WH pronouns. As for syntactic functions of the caritive phrase, in the depictive function, you can use only caritive suffix. So this here stop arrived mustache-less. You can either say it with key, and you can use tactile. As an adverbial, both options are possible. Sometimes, like in sentence 11, there are some problems for some informants, but generally both key and tactile is okay, like in sentence 12. In the attributive position, once again, it's possible only to use key. And for example, if we say sentence 14 with tactile, that would mean that it's the girl is holding the head. It's not on her head. And if we want to say that she doesn't wear a hat, we should use clean. Absentee can be non-specific, as in sentence 15. And in this case, both postposition and affix is possible. It can be definite, and in this case, only the postposition is possible. And in indefinite, in which case they use a suffix. As for functions of the absentee, absentee can be a companion, and since and you can use both postposition, like in sentence 18, and affix, and like in sentence 19, and it's like in 19, who is a partner? Partner is not specified, so yeah, that's why it's the affix is used. Absentee can also be an instrument, again, depending on whether it's specified or non-specified. Both affix and postposition can be used. It also can be different type of possession relationship be used for the different type of possession relationships, and also for kinship relationships, like in sentences 24 and 25, and well, if like the absence of the absence is temporal when the mother as in 24th example, mother went somewhere, for example, to the shop, and children are left alone. The postposition is used, and but if the mother, for example, died, they use caritive affix. Similarly, for the body part absence, it's usually permanent absentee, so it's in 26 they use caritive marker, and as for vehicle, when the absentee is vehicle, the postposition used and not caritive affix. For some speakers, but not for all, the caritive postposition can also be used in the meaning of participant exceptions. So in sentence 28, Vasya eats any berries, but he doesn't eat cranberry. It's possible to say it. For some speakers, it's possible to say it either with postposition takler without, or with postposition tumpi, which means except. It's similar for the sentence 29, and for some speakers, it's even possible to use it not only in the meaning of except, but also like besides. So the third example, what besides money, what do you need? And yes, two other positions in the Khanty dictionary, which can mean except one is tumpi, which is present in the sentence 28, and another is tuhoke. But it's unclear what is the difference between them and the position takler. And it needs some further investigation. So what I want to do next is to check other dependence types for the absentee, both for postposition and for affix, because in my research I mainly asked, I mainly checked it about adjectives and the like, and also It seems that it is possible to use the postposition with some infinitives, and also I want to check the difference between different types of exception postposition. That's all.
Thank you. So we can start with questions. Please, Igor.
Well, thank you for talk. First, I think I should comment a bit about your transcription and your examples. There are unfortunately plenty, perhaps dozens of mistakes in transcription and somewhere in glosses, and it should be checked very carefully, especially if it is planned to use this data in some kind of collective volume or well, some other thing like that. Well, I have a couple of questions. So the first question is in the chat, actually. I haven't understood, is the possessive marker obligatory, or is it possible if this postposition is combined with the third singular personal pronoun? Will it be luftakля or luftakля or what?
Oh, luftakля. It's obligatory. Yeah.
So the difference is between pronouns and nouns, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and well, my second question is there any thoughts, well, any observations, perhaps on the interaction of different dimensions included into these oppositions in your examples? Well, I'll explain. You speak sometimes about semantic factors, yes, some kinds of semantic relations expressed by these markers. Sometimes about syntactic functions, whether it is depictive or attributive, and third, well, dimension is referential status, and how can this all interact, I wonder?
I think the most important factor is the referential status, and like semantics of the absentee usually can. It's not independent of referential status as what companions can be either specific or not specific, but sometimes what if it's possession, usually it's specific, so of course it's like what I want to say is that I think that some types of absentees are usually specific and some are not.
Yeah, okay, but well, perhaps the syntactic dimension could also be and should be taken into account here. For example, if something is in attributive position, which is perhaps favorable for Li, and it expresses some semantic relations, which is a preferable option for Takля, well, what will be the choice? Yeah, it would be good if you could show it explicitly. Thank you.
Well, the next question is from Mehmet. Mehmet, you have a small question.
Прошу прощения. Для быстроты спрошу по-русски. Я правильно понял, что с инфинитивами показатель хли не употребляется?
Мне не попадалось, ну, то есть у меня из по слогам был только один пример. Просто Я на это не очень пока подробно смотрела, но пока я такого не видела.
Спасибо.
Yes, please, Sonia.
Thank you very much for your talk. I have a question, maybe following the comments of Yegor. So you presented a lot of information about two types of caritive markers and different parameters that influence that allow or not to use this or that marker. Well, I'm not sure that I could follow everything, but for example, for me, it would be interesting in some cases, first you showed that if you add dependence, we can, well, one can use only takla, right? And there was another feature, the syntactic feature. If you use Caritive phrase in depictive function, then you can use only li. So if you want to use a Caritive phrase with dependence in depictive function, what what will be the answer from?
I don't think I have any examples on this. I think I tried something, but I didn't manage to get any.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Well, probably it would be interesting to ask them by Skype if it is possible.
Yeah.
And if I may, one more question. I'm not sure that you mentioned that what's the origin of this of takla, because I guess that this takla or takli has li as a part of this word.
I don't know. I want to think about it, but so far I didn't like. I don't know what tag can be, and I looked a little into other Hunter varieties, but so far I don't know if they are related.
Thank you.
So I see that Yegor has a comment, please.
Yeah, I have a small comment about the origin of this marker. I have just looked into the dictionary by Steinitz. I'll try to switch on the screen show, and well, unfortunately, I cannot show my screen, but
you can now.
Yes, I can now. Just a second. Well, here is actually this entry in the dictionary. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it well, it's presented there as a stem which is not derived from anything, and I think the dictionary by Steinitz is reliable in this respect in general, and some hypothesis, at least as mentioned, that it can be related to Caritive tag in Komi, but well, you can see it here, but I don't know how probable and how reliable it is. It's the dictionary by Steinitz page. Well, you can see it here.
Thank you.
Maybe someone has more comments or questions. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think we still have some time, so I would like to have one more comment about meaning of besides. So you gave one example in your presentation. It is a question, what something besides something, sorry, I don't remember the example.
Okay, сейчас так, one moment.
example
Yeah,
number 13.
what do you need besides money?
So I think that probably it would be also, maybe it would be better to have examples in affirmative use,
Yeah.
because questions are in some sense transitional between exception and addition meaning. Because for example, answering this question, you can say, I don't need anything except for money, or I need everything besides money. So it may happen that some marker can be used as in acceptive constructions, and it can be used as addition, but only in questions. So it's better to test also affirmative constructions.